folks, it's Dane. Hey, just thought I'd put I think, relatively quick little video together, just kind of a tip from the shop here. It has to do with sticking double-sided tape to sanding beams or radius calls, things like that. So I'm just going to redirect you and we'll get right into it. Alright, so I just spent a ridiculous amount of time cleaning this beam off. I had self-stick adhesive. This is Kingspor. It's great sandpaper. The adhesive works great, but it is just insane to get it back off of the beam when you're done, or off of the radius call. I'm doing a Telecaster conversion neck right here, and it just got to the point where I really needed to change my sandpaper out. And so what I did, instead of just sticking it right to the block this time, because between naphtha and lacquer thinner, you have to scrub and get all the goo that's on the block off. They don't just peel off clean. So this is similar to the masking tape and super glue trick, except that you don't use any super glue. So since there's already adhesive on the paper, all I'm going to do is run a piece of tape down the beam and then run glue, or excuse me, no glue, peel the back off and just stick the adhesive right to the masking tape. Then that will peel off. I'm just going to peel a corner here just so you can see it will peel cleanly off of the block because of the masking tape, and not because because the adhesive isn't stuck directly to the block. So the masking tape releases much better than does the sticky back on the paper. Now there are brands like Stick It. It's a 3M. You can get that through Stu Mac. I'm not sure you can get it anywhere else. Now this tape is a little bit narrow, so I might have an issue with just the very edge touching, but I didn't cut it oversized at all on the paper, sandpaper, so I shouldn't have any real issues getting it off, and if I do, it's only right on the very edge. Now, I just ran this through the jointer again to get a perfect straight edge on it, and pulling the backing off, we'll just pop this on here, and it's, if you were to just stick it on there and peel it right back off, it would probably come off. But after you generate the heat from sanding and everything, I did have this face was covered with 60 grit, and I had tape underneath it, and it just peeled off, and I haven't done anything to it. There's no residue, anything there at all. And I've been using this block for a long time with that edge on it. So anyway, so now I've got a straight edge. Anyway, straight edge, I can continue sanding this. This radius is perfect on this neck. It's just that it needs to be a little thinner than it is. I'm almost 5/16 at the center, and that doesn't work with the 5/8 neck pocket. I need to be down about 1/4 inch. So I got to take a 16th overall off of all of this. And this isn't a video about that, but you can see that it works just like any other block that has sandpaper stuck to it. And since I have to take a lot of material off of here by hand, I'm using 80 grit. I wish I had 60 grit. I'd use that to get me started. So I've got both of these blocks prepped. They're ready to go. When I need to change the paper, it will be easy because it'll just peel off. I won't have to go through all that nightmare of the glue residue again. And like I said, I peeled this one off. It had masking tape on it. I had forgotten I had done that, and it just came to me again that, it'd be a lot simpler to just put masking tape down and stick the sandpaper to that, rather than fight with all the goo every time I want to swap out. In fact, it makes you not want to swap your paper out, because you get you don't want to deal with all that residue. So instead of doing that, I just end up sticking another piece of paper over this piece of paper. Well, you do that on a radius block, and a couple layers in, you no longer have the radius that you're looking for, because the paper is changed that. Anyway, that's it. Now, one other little quick thing I might mention. You can see here, this has nothing to do with this. This is free. You see how the dots have little black traces in the grain flowing away from them? Well, I made the boneheaded mistake of using black super glue to glue these dots in with. And as it came up around the dot to fill any gaps there might be, it also sucked right into the grain. And then the other end, when I realized what was happening, I painted the holes with shellac to try to avoid that, and it worked a little better, but it still had some bleed. So if you're gluing in dots into a maple fretboard, use clear glue. I probably already knew that, but I just thought I would kill two birds with one stone, and any gaps I might have had around the holes would be filled with the black super glue. So that didn't work. Don't do that. All right, that's it. I think that's pretty quick. Yeah, we're going to call it good. Thanks for watching. Oh, one other thing is, if you didn't see the last two videos I put out, I put two out in the same day. Didn't seem to get a lot of action on those videos, so I don't know if YouTube's messing with me or if I just did it myself by putting out two in a day, and it confused people, because I usually put out one every 2 to 3 weeks, you know, or more, so, or less, farther apart. Anyway, that's it. Thank you again, folks. I hope that helps.